That's a school? It was a cold day in late November. 5 teenagers sat side by side in a large room on the first floor of Valley House, staring at an interactive whiteboard. Their names were Max, Abby, Lucas, Lily, and Sammy. They wore camouflage trousers, sturdy Gore-Tex boots, and tight-fitting base layers. It was cold outside and in, but they showed no sign of feeling it. The Special Forces Cadets were acclimatized to their bleak, Spartan surroundings, to this solitary house nestled in an inaccessible valley, to the elements that offered every type of extreme weather except sunshine. The whiteboard showed a bird's-eye view of an ancient, sprawling building, all turrets and quads under a thick layer of snow. Seriously? That's a school? It was Abby who repeated the question. She had pale skin and blue eyes. Her hair was thick, brown and messy. She wore a double cartilage piercing in her left ear and fiddled with it as she spoke. "Yep," said the oldest of the 3 adults facing them. His name was Hector, and he was dressed in black. Dark hair, dark beard, dark stare. Hector was the most senior of the 3 watchers, the adults whose job it was to train, brief, and protect the 5 Special Forces cadets, and by some distance he was the most curmudgeonly. "Looks more like a castle," said Abby. "Yep, don't forget your Harry Potter robes." It was so unusual for Hector to crack anything remotely resembling a joke that the cadets were momentarily silenced. After a few seconds, Abby gave him a sweet smile. "Roger that, Dumbledore," she said, earning herself a deep frown. "It's got its own helipad," Sammy said, pointing at an area at the edge of the school grounds. He was a slight Syrian boy with brown eyes, dark skin, and a perpetually earnest expression. "Where else are the students' helicopters going to land?" said Angel, the only female watcher. Her fiery red hair was pulled back into a tight ponytail. Her voice had a sarcastic edge. It was clear that she didn't approve of schools with helipads. "Where I went to school," Sammy said, "there wasn't even a playground. Come to think of it, there wasn't even a school after the bombs came." Sammy had been born and brought up on the streets of Syria and orphaned by its brutal civil war. It was something they all had in common, being an orphan. If you wanted to join the Special Forces Cadets, it was a prerequisite. "This isn't like any school in Syria," said the 3rd watcher. Woody had sandy hair, a friendly, open face, and a nose that had clearly been badly broken in the past. "This is the Zermatt Academy in Switzerland. Billionaires only need apply." "Sons and daughters of billionaires," Lily said. "There's a difference." Lily was Chinese and comfortably the most intelligent of the cadets. "Yeah," Lucas agreed. "A posh school for spoiled rich kids. What's that got to do with us?" Lucas was a black kid from Compton, Los Angeles, whose parents had been killed in gang violence. His brow was furrowed and he clearly looked as though he shared Angel's disdain for the hyper-rich students of the Zermatt Academy. "Obvious, isn't it?" said Max Johnson quietly. Max was the leader of their group. It wasn't an official thing. Nobody ever acknowledged it out loud, but it was true nonetheless. Max's leadership was not brash or showy. It was quiet and considered. When Max spoke, the others listened. They were listening now, waiting for him to explain himself. "I'm guessing the students at the Zermatt Academy come from all over the world, a bit like us. And if for any reason it's necessary to embed some agents on the school premises, a few extra students on campus would go unnoticed." Hector nodded. "Right." He tapped the whiteboard and the image changed to a photograph of a man in an open-necked shirt. He looked Middle Eastern, perhaps in his 50s, with round, rimless glasses and a balding head. "Meet Barack al-Zahrani. He's one of the world's leading nuclear scientists." "I don't say this lightly," Angel interrupted, "but there's a chance he might even be smarter than Lily.